GPA's request for a base rate increase was approved by the CCU Tuesday night, but not as much as expected. CCU Chairman Simon Sanchez explains.
But the Commission, being very aware and very sensitive to how difficult it is for people, we reduced the request.
GPA had originally requested a 3.4% rate increase, but with only 2/3 of their request justified, the CCU reduced it to 2.2%.
And we just asked them to just try to make it work with, instead of $17 million, they're going to work with about $11 million. So we cut $6 million off their request. That's $6 million that will remain with ratepayers. They won't be billed. They keep that money.
Essentially what that means is that instead of a $14 increase, it will now be about a $9 a month increase in a typical residential customer's power bill. Sanchez says base rates are sporadic but are not raised often, noting that in the last decade or so, power bills have gone up about $20 strictly as a result of base rate adjustments.
Everyone is aware how difficult it is with the power bill right now, and even though 90% of the problem is oil, even with the base rates, which is only 10% of the problem, we're sensitive to that.
Sanchez says what is encouraging, however, is that this may be the last rate increase for the next 3 to 4 years. Meanwhile, the CCU also approved GPA's smart meter opt-out policy, which would require a $235 one-time fee for those who opt out, along with a $20 monthly fee.
We're going to try it for 12 months and then see if the costs, justify the fee.
One way or another, Sanchez says, all GPA customers will have a new meter.
You're either going to have a smart meter or a dumb meter, but they're going to be the same basic meter. It's just whether they emit a radio frequency in order to read the bill that month.
So instead of reading the meter remotely, those meters without a radio frequency, one of the biggest concerns raised to those objecting, will now have to be read manually. Both actions taken by the CCU, meanwhile, are still subject to final approval by the Public Utilities Commission, with a base rate adjustment set for